Hi, I'm Dr. Hazel Harrison, and I'm working with Cognitive Schools to think about the science behind giving. So, as you know, giving is part of your wellbeing charter, and it's there for a really important reason. And there's lots of science to support the fact that giving is good for our well-being, and we can also help others by giving and supporting their well-being. So I want to share with you a few ideas about actually the science behind giving. I'm going to be doing a webinar later on this month where we're going to get to expand on these ideas and really dig into the science. But if you don't have time to join us, I just want to share a few ideas that maybe you can take with you that might help to inform some of the philosophy and the science behind why giving is such an important part of your charter. So to begin with, I want to talk about this idea about paying it forward. Now, you might have heard about this. They made a film about it at one point. This is the philosophy that actually when we do something kind for someone else, or we give in some way, so that might be financially, but that could also be giving of our time or giving of some other kind of resource. When we do that, we make it much more likely that that person receiving that kindness from us will do something kind or supportive or helpful to someone else. And therefore, we have this amazing capacity to be able to ripple kindness through our schools, through our communities, through our families. The second idea I want to share with you is about actually how giving can help us in times of stress. Now, we've all been through some really stressful and challenging times recently, and it's useful to think about actually the types of stress response that we have available to us so that we can take care of our own mental health and well-being. And one thing we know is that actually, as well as the sort of fight or flight stress responses, research has also told us that we can dig into the tend and befriend stress response. And this is where we're facing a challenge that's perhaps bigger than ourselves. And so we connect with other people, we help out other people in a way of helping us to manage the stresses that we're facing. So this is a useful technique for us all to learn to enable us to tap into something that's a more helpful stress response, better for our bodies and better for our minds. And lastly, I want to share this idea about how we can cultivate kindness and how we can give to ourselves. Now, the science behind this is really coming through now that self-compassion is a very important element of taking care of our well-being. Sometimes when I say self-compassion, people think it's a bit woolly, a bit fuzzy. It's all about just being nice to yourself and letting yourself off the hook for things. Actually, self-compassion can be great in helping us to keep working hard towards things. And the research shows that those who are more self-compassionate have lower levels of anxiety and depression, as well as actually being able to keep working towards gritty goals when the going gets tough. But self-compassion and being kind to ourselves isn't necessarily something that comes easily to us, but it is a skill that we can learn. And in the webinar, I'm going to share a few ideas about how we can practice and cultivate self-compassion. I really hope you can join us, but if not, then remember these three key things. Giving is great, not just for you, but in paying it forward and taking care of others. When we're experiencing stress, we can sometimes tap into the tend and befriend stress response by connecting with others and building our network of support. And lastly, giving is not just about giving to others, it's also about giving to ourselves and cultivating some self-kindness. Thank you.